and we're gonna be just doing an impressions of a game that I backed, which is Lunar Lux. You may have come across this game in this channel a while ago, as this is the game that I first showed a demo build, and years later it's now finally been finished and it's released on PC, so you can check out the game if you do like what you've watched the game footage so far, or if you think my impressions are pretty positive, or if it's something that really has piped your interest. Whatever it is, I'm just going to mention the impressions of the game. I'm not going to do a playthrough of it because, one, it's getting a bit into the spoiler territory, seeing that it's RPG, and it could take a while figuring out which is the interesting part as such. So I just thought I'll just show the gameplay instead and just give out my impressions as a backer. That way, you know, we can have a sort of commentary type of video, as well as, you know, keep it short and simple. But before we begin, everyone, if you're new to this channel, a like, comment, and subscribe really helps a lot. Make sure you hit that bell icon. And to any game developers out there who want their games shown on YouTube, give a shout out to me on X. Give a shout out to me on X, and yeah, I'll definitely cover your game every Saturday and Sunday whenever possible. So let's begin with the gameplay side of it, because yeah, let's attack the gameplay first, and then everything else, you know, comes second. Which is odd, because for RPGs, I always think that story is the first, but yeah, you know, there's actually a lot to talk about the gameplay side than there is of everything else. And again, I want to go with the spoiler-free, so this conversation is mostly centered around the gameplay. So the gameplay is pretty straightforward. It is following the action type of mechanics that are in the Mario and Luigi series. You get a chance to both dodge and block attacks from enemies when it comes to them attacking you. And yeah, that's about it when it comes to dodging. Shield, you do have to charge your shield every now and then, because I gotta tell you, a lot of these attacks are coming from straight up from the likes of Undertale, where you're this heart and you gotta move around invading objects and such. So it can get a bit challenging when it comes to that. So you really gotta make sure you get as many shields as you can, because you're gonna use that a bit more than you would dodging attacks. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind of. But in terms of how you attack, there are two types of skills here. The first is the active skills. These active skills, you can only level them up to 3 times, which is a bummer. But seeing as how insanely overpowered you do get as the game progresses, and the skills do get a lot stronger. Yeah, I think it's okay for what it is, but still, it's odd that this is the only way you get to level up your strength, and you're restricted to that strength. There's no other way to level up your other stats other than the skill stats and your HP, which is also really odd. Well, anyway, depending on what active skills you choose, it can range from, you know, you slashing enemies with a sword to shooting out your plasma gun, and yeah, depending on that, it could lead to more damage or less. This, of course, comes at the cost of SP, so the less SP you have, you can unleash the ones that require more. So you do have to charge your SP every now and then when it gets low. But then the other type of skills that you do get are the support skills, which have a random generation. There's 3 of which you can choose. The 3 of them appear, of which you can only choose only 1. But, you know, it does end up being a little bit annoying because you could end up with the same skill that appears twice, which does limit your choices. And you can't select lower than 10. I have tried that already. You can't select skills lower than 10. You have to pick skills that are minimum of 10, so you can't get the support skills that you want, which I understand. To balance the game, the developer had to do something about it like this, but I don't know, the generation can still be better. Why does it have to spawn support skills that are the same, is what I feel could have been tweaked, but oh well. But yeah, that the support skills, depending on which one you get, can give a extra effect on the attack. Like it gives you an additional damage as such, or it gives you a different effect, like if you defeat this boss you get more currency, and so on. It really is different depending on the situation. So once you do defeat an enemy, you do get ranks, and depending on how you perform in the battle, your rank can range from S to C. S is the hardest one to get in certain battles. It's hard to get in bosses because, yeah, some of these bosses, they're really, really tricky to get a no damage run, and it can be a bit annoying to just, you know, you're this close beating a boss and suddenly you just get hit once and now it's just A. That's a little annoying and probably the most challenging part in the entire game. So, apart from the combat, you do get to do other things as well, like leveling up your skills and getting these specific Lux combo recipes where upon battle you can unleash a Lux combo that is pretty much a screen nuke that almost defeats the enemies really fast. But the recipes kind of help to select which combo to pick to unlock a certain, unlock a certain combo. And yeah, it is pretty helpful. The only problem with this Lux combo is that it takes a long time to unleash it. You do get certain abilities that do make it go fast, but it's more, again, it's not very often that it does that, and again, it takes time getting there, which can be annoying, but yeah, it's gotta have something that's there, right? So yeah, Lux combo can take time getting there, but when it does get there, it pretty much is, yeah, you're almost beating the boss. So yeah, the difficulty at this rate seems to appear on the tame level, like how it would be for Final Fantasy, at least the earlier Final Fantasy games. So yeah, I guess the idea of making it this somewhere in between, somewhere around normal, is so that you get a fun time experiencing the game's story. So yeah, I can dig that. I understand why it's done in this way. There are actually some other things that you can do, like side quests, which the game has plenty of from what I played so far. And yeah, you do get to have different currencies that you use for buying your basic items, for buying basic skills and other things. you can also buy parts for your ship and jet suit, which are right now just cosmetic purposes. They don't really do anything much in the gameplay from what I've played, but yeah, as you as you go further in the game, you do get to explore other areas, which is pretty cool. So yeah, gameplay is otherwise pretty good. It's simple, but fun at best. So that's gameplay. What do I think of the story? So far, the story is interesting. There are some moments where it does tend to get dark, but yeah, that it really is an interesting so far. I don't want to spoil too much on the story, but all I can say is it's centered around space. You're playing as Bella, who makes it her objective to try to make the world between humans and the mercs coexist, because her world, her universe largely depends on anticore, which can only be got by killing mercs, and she wants to do it in such a way that both the races can coexist. And as she goes further, as things go further, she begins to have some certain character development. There are a lot of things that do go on in the story. So, yeah, that's all I can say about the story. But how are the actual characters? The characters are actually not too bad. They have a certain charm to them, so they're not they're not very boring for the most part. But they do try to have some humor here and there, which is, to me, it's a little weak. It's not gonna make you chuckle like how the humor in Mario and Luigi is. It's not going to do anything like that, but it's okay. It's not, the end of the world or anything. It doesn't destroy the story too much. So the story so far, I'm interested. It's got me interested. Music is great. Alright, the music. I really love the song that plays before you face your first enemy, and that's really upbeat. And the overall music itself is really nice to listen to. Definitely, I like it that it meshes well with the game's world, so that's pretty good too. And lastly, the graphics. Oh man, compared to the demo, the graphics are significantly improved. You have visuals that are very vibrant. There are some good level of sprite animations here and there, and the portraits are seriously good. Really good compared to the ones that are from the demo. So, it's a serious improvement and is one of the best things of the game so far. Definitely, certainly love the graphics that has been done. Really, job well done with the graphic department. Overall, as a backer, I am certainly looking forward to how the game turns out. I'm looking how the story ends up being, and yeah, it really is a fun RPG. So if you do happen to have games like Mario and Luigi, or if you're into something that has characters and stuff, character personalities, I think Lunar Lux is definitely a game you could try out right now. That's all I have to say for this impressions. It's short, but at the same time, it's, RPGs, and, I don't want to spend too much time talking about stories and stuff. I just want to give my impressions on the game as a backer. Well, that is it with Lunar Lux impressions, or the Indie Spotlight. If you happen to like what you've seen, do make sure to check the game out. And if you happen to like this video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe. And in the meanwhile, thank you for watching Gaming Roki. Have a good one.